Hey guys, back with a bit of an update. This is actually going to be a fairly major update. Um, well, admit I had planned to do a smaller one a couple of weeks ago at least, but just time got away from me, and yeah, so here we are. Right now it's time recording early November 2020, and yeah, got a very big issue we need to talk about tonight. First, we'll get into a couple of smaller things as far as the schedule is concerned. By this point, those you who follow my stuff regularly notice I haven't been doing any of the showcase videos. That's because I really kind of ran out of stuff I had shot, and in all honesty, I just haven't had the opportunity to shoot some more. Um, Saw it coming, but just unfortunately, because of scheduling issues and just, I'll admit, a little bit of laziness on my part, just didn't get around to it. I do have some older kits that I have shot that are still on the computer. I thought about just using those. Yeah, they're on from an older camera, older photos, and just thought about going that route. And again, just time got away from me. So one of the smaller updates I had thought about doing would and say, hey, this series is going to go on a little bit of a hiatus, and we'll pick it up sometime next year, early next year, and go from there. But yeah, that sort of didn't happen. The other thing you may have noticed that I really have not done in at least a month and a half now is do any kind of streaming. Much the same as the showcase videos. I really have not had the opportunity to do that at all. On top of that, I'll be perfectly blunt. I got a little burned out doing them. You know, we all get it. It happens. I'll admit, I have wanted to stream, but on one upside, I have gone back to work, so that's taken up some time. You know, yeah, it's bad. I don't have much time to do this stuff, but hey, work is work. Any income coming in is a good thing. You know, it's never a bad thing. So yeah, I'd like to be able to do some of this stuff more, but just between the burnout and just having time to do it, it hasn't been happening. Um, on top of all this, with the exception of September and a little into October, been trying to finish up with my flying. Fortunately, because of all the wildfires we had out here in California, basically lost all of September because their quality, the smoke, all that just it basically made it impossible to fly. So that did set me back a bit. But on the upside, got all the hours knocked out. But we're done on that front. Um, right now, main thing is doing review to prep for the check ride. I might have to redo one flight because the instructor goofed, didn't sign it off in my logbook. Most likely because it was a night flight, and obviously you get back, you're in the plane, and yeah, it got missed. So the instructor, unfortunately, right now is out of the country and should be back within the next week or two. Hopefully, I mean, worst case, if I got to redo the flight, it sucks to have to, spend the extra money and whatnot. But you know what? If it gets it done, it gets it done. So yeah, that's where we're at there. Um, Now, this does lead into the more major part of the update, and this is also a big reason why, in addition to just the burnout, I haven't been streaming. So, about actually, now I think about probably about a month ago now, was in some conversations with my mother, who I live with, and I got the bombshell of the timetable that I thought we were looking at, as far as potentially moving, may be a lot smaller than I thought. Basically, right now, the plan sort of is that I want to get moved basically as soon as possible. At the moment, the two things holding us back are obviously the bear virus, because my mother's older, as it is in that higher risk category, and my flight training. Now, right now, obviously getting flight training done, that's within reason and power. The biggest, as I said, is getting some of this stuff done, and then scheduling check rides, which unfortunately my school can't do in house. But then obviously, finding homes, because obviously we're not gonna get something in sight unseen. That's an absolute no, not happening. But obviously, traveling right now is not really possible. But with this, my major fear is just how much the airline and aviation industry has been just gut punched by this thing, is that I'm not going to be able to find work. So one thing sort of floated would be, maybe I stay here another year and a half, whatever it takes, for me to get the hours, because I would think, my school would be more willing to hire their own student, similarly to any other schools. I've been trying to find, where, or even if places are hiring, because my great fear is we're going to do this move, and I'm basically going to be right back where I was, just out a lot of money with nothing to show for it, much like I was once I got out of college, as I literally spent several years sending in applications to engineering firms, and the only response I ever received was silence. Hell, at the career fairs I went to, I very quickly started to get the suspicion, and if somebody happens to know, could say if this is true, the old "oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a business card on me" is sort of the code for take a hike. So yeah, having that dropped on me, that we're talking that short timetable, has basically thrown everything out the window. Because obviously, if I'm looking at moving fairly soon, there's no point in starting new projects. Hell, two projects that I was doing just on the side for funsies, I haven't worked on probably a good month, basically since. Because it's almost like, okay, what's the point? I'm already going to have to deal with moving a large number of models. Better just leave them unbuilt and ship them that way. There's less chance of them being damaged or destroyed. So obviously, not knowing what is going to happen right now, I honestly don't know what to do. Hell, I felt probably, like I said, for the last month, directionless. I don't want to start projects. I really don't want to work on them. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. Yeah, I'm working, bringing more income so that we could do more stuff, but obviously having time, having this bombshell dropped on me that, hey, we may be moving fairly quickly, has thrown any type of plan out the door. Right now, the only sort of consistency we're going to have here is the review videos, because I've got those queued up at least basically a year and a half out. In fact, as far as what I currently have uploaded, I think I have a few more actually recorded, so we might be in terms of total, what all I've got recorded and either uploaded or waiting to be edited, I want to say a year and 3/4, um, somewhere in that time frame, for precisely this reason. That was the one area where I knew I could, at least get us sort of prepared for, so that at least we're still going to have some content coming out, even if I really don't know what's going to be coming down the pipe. I am hopeful, though. Obviously, if we do the move, though, that would mean a lot of potential good. Assuming best case scenario, we're able to do this move, quickly find work, start bringing in some decent income. Excuse me. And especially given as we are looking sort of Central Florida, the huge difference in cost of living compared to California and Florida. I mean, just it's shocking, the price differences and basically how far your money goes in comparison. But yeah, I mean, there are right now so many unknowns in play. I really cannot make any sort of definitive plans. But there's a lot of good. If, as I said, if best case scenario, I'll do this, I'm quickly able to get a place of my own. That happens, there's a lot of changes that are becoming. What all those will be, I'm not 100% sure, even for myself. The one sort of definite thing I would say is we'd be able to do a lot more streaming, a lot more recordings, and whatnot. So right now, with the exception of review videos, everything's basically on pause for this channel. Those review videos will still be coming out bi-weekly. That will still happen. As far as streams are concerned, those are on hiatus. The showcase videos, those are on hiatus. The full builds on super hiatus, because I honestly I haven't worked on that either. Just there really hasn't been an opportunity, which I hate, as I want to get at least the Stearman series done, as that's been in development hell for basically 2 years now. And yeah, obviously, like I said, if once all this stuff happens, yeah, it would allow me to get a lot more stuff done in a more timely fashion instead of having to wait around and deal with other people's drama. So that's sort of where we're at right now. As I said, this is a pretty major change coming. What all is going to be it's going to entail, I have no clue at all. Hence why I really can't make any plans and or really can't do any projects right now. We are sort of stuck in a rut till we can figure out how to get out. So hopefully we'll get some sort of idea. Right now, the current plan, one thing I really probably can at least do to some degree, is continue to set up the secondary backup on BitChute. Is just with how censor happy YouTube's gotten lately, I would rather just have that as a backup ready to go. I'm thinking I might also set up a Parler account to mirror Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter, as I do post some stuff there. And yeah, just there's so many things going on right now. It sucks, and just trying right now to go day by day and just get through it. So hopefully, once we get past the new year, we'll at least hopefully have some better news to tell you guys. I may or may not do another update video for the end of the year. We'll see what happens. If there's a good opportunity, obviously I will. Given how big this video is going to be in terms of updates, if there is a year-end update video, it's going to be on the smaller side, as I hope I do mean that. Hope nothing else gets thrown my way, as really could just use a little bit of a quiet year in. So that's sort of where we're at. Like I said, hopefully we'll be able to get through this without too much more trouble. So until next time.